Welcome to Wednesdays with Wes in the Ask MWR answer session following the Pocono 400. Now, Pocono, even though we tested there 2 weeks before the race, the tricky triangle still proved to be just that. Now, it's off to MIS, a track that since the repave in 2012, with its high bank turns and wide racing surface, has become the fastest track on the NASCAR circuit. You're going to see corner entry speeds upwards of 215 miles an hour. Now, Big Ed behind me, Michael Waltrip's 1986 rookie car, had speeds similar to this back when they were unrestricted at racetracks such as Talladega Superspeedway. Our first question this week comes from Barry Cummings, asking what is up with the grooves and the tires that he's seen coming off the haulers and on the cars rolling around the garage. Well, Barry, these are our setup tires, and they have these very visible, easily distinguishable grooves in them so that we don't mix them up with our race slicks that we put on the cars when they go on the racetrack. Not only that, the race slicks are actually different in size from right to left. The right side tires are taller than the left. Adding stagger to the car, the setup tires are the same size all the way around, and they're actually smaller than our race tires, making it easy for us to fit these cars inside our transport haulers when they come off the lift gate. Eric Unger wrote in with a question about the difference between gearboxes and transmissions at road courses as opposed to oval tracks. Well, the biggest difference, at oval tracks, we're not nearly wearing these gearboxes out as much as road courses are because we're not shifting as much. At road courses, we're really wearing that third gear out. So what we do to couple this is we add a cooling pump to these transmissions so that it keeps all these parts and pieces in the gearbox cool and lubricated. The reason why you saw so much shifting this past week at Pocono is because of the track's unique triangular shape and its relatively flat curves and long straightaways. This caused the drivers to have to shift 6 times per lap, and that caused us to have to use transmissions much like we do on the road course. So you saw these drivers drop into third as they drag the brake in into the corner, get hard back on the gas, and then upshifting into fourth as they hit each and every single straightaway. Anytime these drivers are in the race cars, they're in constant radio communication with their team members. So that means at the start of the race, when you hear those infamous words, drivers, start your engines, most likely the drivers don't hear this themselves. It's radioed to them by way of their spotter.
Get fired up.
Our top question this week comes from Terry Sherwood Harris. She asked what the job responsibilities were for the crew member that you see hanging the window net before the race for these drivers' cars. Well, this guy is the interior specialist, and his job is everything from the front windshield to the back window inside this car. During the race week, his job is assembling every single part and piece inside this car. Now, he goes to the track. His job is to perform constant safety checks for everything inside this cockpit. Now, this guy is also the 7th man during the pit stops. He's the one that you see tearing the windshield tear-offs off the car and servicing the driver with water and Gatorade bottles through this opening in the window net while the pit crew is changing the right side tires. Brett Moffitt makes his 2nd NASCAR Sprint Cup Series debut this week at Michigan International Speedway. Now, since this changeup, Jeff Burton will now be racing at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in July, a track where he's won at 4 times, more than any other race car driver during the 38 race span at this racetrack. Keep your questions coming this race day and every race day, and remember to use the hashtag AskMWR.